Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventures in Collecting Premium Toyetic Event.
Hi.
This is like a special one of these. It's
Yeah,
instead of
because
being
we
like
were there.
we were there. You're still there, apparently.
I'm still there. Yeah, I mean, it's not far from where I live, so it was an easy
Um,
remote.
so we have a lot to cover, but we do want to keep this brief because these Premium Toyetic events are supposed to be brief.
hmm
So we're gonna work on that.
And like Ricochet said at the scrum last night, we'll keep it brief, under 6 minutes, perfect. Like
Well, I don't know if we can do under 6 minutes, but
6 minutes.
we'll try.
Yeah, he was
Um,
stoked about that.
So first of all, yes, we were at AEW FullGear 2025 last night,
hmm
live and in person. We did get to do the media scrum for the second year running, which was a lot of fun. You will hear/see some of that in this episode.
Yeah, I didn't get to look at the YouTube chat this year to see if people were like these toy guys again, but
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I
I
should
will
go
look.
back and
I
look
will
at
look later.
that. But yeah, so super cool that we had the opportunity to do that. Of course, a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, congrats to your Gotham FC, Dave.
Yes.
Your champs.
NWSL champions for second time in 3 years. So
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty
very
cool.
cool.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Um, Little bit of housekeeping. So also AEW themed, oddly enough, but it is still November. It is Thanksgiving week, and we are thankful for all of you. And as we do every month, we are giving away a collectible. So this month's giveaway is the AEW Unrivaled Chase Edition of Billy Gunn. This is a series 14, and yeah, it was to celebrate on 11/1 on the 1st of November, the ass man's daddy ass, his birthday. So a belated happy birthday to the legendary, the Hall of Famer
The the
Billy Gunn.
man the man who can never get one of his merch shirts correctly put on a toy
Yeah,
for
yeah.
obvious reasons.
Yep, he is always just inappropriate enough. But yeah, you can head over to at AIC_podcast. Take a look at our pinned post, or apparently I just realized this looking at the screen, or you can go on Real Billy Gunn's Instagram page and you can find the post there too. So that's pretty fun.
Oh, he
Um
shared it? Awesome.
I didn't realize he accepted the collaboration request. So
Very
thanks,
cool.
Billy. Happy birthday, and yeah, go win a really cool figure. Um, yeah, that's the giveaway for this month. And then just a little precursor. So as we have done in the past and try to do every year, December's giveaway will be the holiday in a box. So this year has some really, really cool stuff in it that we have been squirreling away throughout the year.
hmm
It's got some really cool stuff in it. So come December 1st, or thereabouts. This one's the holiday in a box is always tough to photograph because there's so much in there.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot.
yeah, so we will post the December giveaway, and like I said, this year it's a pretty cool box. This might be actually my favorite holiday in a box we've done so far. So yeah, really 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 cool opportunity to get some stuff for yourself, potentially for loved ones. Whatever you choose to do with the boxes is up to you. But there's some really cool stuff in there. So definitely keep an eye out on our social media for that. So
Oh, I
with
just
how
realized I match my
oh, your kaiju.
kaiju that I
Yep,
got.
nice. Um yeah. So if this is your first Premium Toyetic event, don't get used to this because this is not how these usually go.
No.
But what we will do is in this instance, since we were there in person, kind of like what we did with SummerSlam, talk a little bit about the event, maybe give like a one or two sentence review from our standpoint, but we are here to discuss who we think is most toyetic. So Dave and I each have three
hmm
picks from the event who we personally would like to see
Not
made into
not who
toys.
won or lost, but who looked the best.
Yep, Yep, this is like the little tiny, or I should say
It's like
1/12
the
or 1/10 scale red carpet.
it's like the E, like when like the when they do the red carpet review
Yeah, yeah,
on
the
E.
E-red carpet. Yeah, except it's on AIC red
Mhm.
carpet. So with that, let's dig right in. Dave, your first pick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with, and this will like cue into the scrum as well. Our first piece from the scrum, um, where you'll just get to hear me a lot, and that's fine. So, my first pick is going to be someone who I enjoy, someone who I met at New York Comic Con. So just a little spoiler there, or a little hint as to who I'm picking. I'm going to give emotionally, and I'm going to telepathically give 5 big booms to Big Boom AJ, who is now teaming with former 1 year ago arch rival QT Marshall, um, reuniting the Jersey Indie guys. Um, I don't know if they ever tag teamed on the Jersey Indies, but I feel like they should have. Um,
Boom and doom, if you will.
Boom and Doom, if you will. But I'm just picking Boom, although Doom also deserves a figure. Let's be real. Um,
It's kinda
but
crazy he hasn't had a AEW figure. He's like
no,
an OG.
yeah, and I feel like he's been like a big part of the Full Gear New Jersey trilogy pre-show. I've seen him on in big matches on all 3 pre-shows.
So, yeah, and look at
So,
him getting hooking in viewers. But Dave,
mhm.
you know who else really would like to see a Big Boom AJ figure?
Would it be Big Boom AJ and Tony Khan?
I think you might be right. So, why don't we hear from them,
Yeah, let's do it.
themselves?
Hi, AJ. Dave Weinbrecht from Adventures in Collecting.
Hey, Dave.
So it's your second year at Full Gear,
Yes.
second victory.
Thank you.
It's now time, I think, where we discuss like, hey, is there going to be a Big Boom AJ action figure, and would it be like a Costco exclusive, something along those lines?
You have this one?
Oh, 100%. There's going to be a Big Boom AJ action figure. I think that's may I say 5 big booms.
5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom.
Does it come with
What
a
am I-
chocolate chunk cookie?
Yeah, that was pretty excellent. Whoever
Yeah.
asked, does it come with the chocolate chunk cookie at the end, deserves some
I think it was
accolades
whoever asked
because
AJ the next question.
that was a
I
great
don't think it was
follow-up.
Renee.
But yeah, it would be awesome if you know how like Jada and Hasbro just did the collaboration with Kith. Could you
Mhm.
imagine like a Kirkland like
AEW
cross-brand
Jazzers figure.
AEW Jazzwares figure? I mean, that would be pretty awesome. It'd be pretty great. I
Yeah,
could
I mean
that's a promotion that's weird enough to work
that it would
really
be
well.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Kirkland Nike SBs that are
Exactly.
coming out.
Exactly.
But yeah, give him a cookie like and a chicken bake as the accessories. You
Yeah.
know, he's never even though he has a merch shirt now. Give him like a Kirkland signature sweatshirt.
Yeah, everybody wins. Everybody
Yeah,
wins. Great first pick, and yeah, I regardless of how you feel about the Costco guys, um,
the AEW audience loves them.
they do, and they put on a good show. You know,
Hmm.
they
And
get it.
and AJ couldn't be a nicer guy. Like,
yeah, yep. So yeah, great first pick. Headed into my first pick is a tag team with one of my favorite tag team names I think ever. Um, I love both Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, and yeah, I love the timeless love bombs, Dave. Um,
who doesn't, Eric?
Now we've gotten a couple of Tony Storm figures. I think we've had like 3 or 4 now. We had one in her original kind of red and black gear,
Yeah,
the black and
the
white,
Motley Crue gear, I call it.
yeah, black and white ringside exclusive. We had the Australia, the what was that? All
All
in,
Grand
right?
Slam, Grand
Grand
Slam
Slam.
Australia.
we had that exclusive, which is the one that I have in my collection, and then there was recently a Jazzwares Vault exclusive. Now, the thing about all of those figures is she is wearing her old school kind of like two-piece style ring gear,
Mhm.
as opposed to the more the singlet look that she has with the red boots. Um, yeah, I just think this is an awesome look for her and something that she's been wearing kind of more frequently, I would say. But as a two pack, as a tag team two pack, which we know Jazzwares does from time to time, I think this would be a great way to maybe refresh the Tony Storm figure, the timeless Tony Storm figure. Really cool entrance coat. She had the black gloves on the entire match. That's a nice little change as well. And then to have Mina Shirakawa's first figure match her, they also did come out on top on this very, very entertaining tag team match. Um, yeah, and I think there's a pretty solid chance that they come out on the other side of this as the inaugural champions too. So, um, you know, I just think it's a slam dunk in terms of a two pack to get two more women's wrestling talents out there, as well as a refresh for arguably one of the most entertaining women in wrestling right now. So,
I think one of the most popular people in AEW
oh yeah,
in
yeah,
Tony. It was funny. We were talking about this yesterday, and we were like, "This isn't going to be like a whole heck of a lot of deco," but it kind of is. Like if
yeah.
you get soft goods involved.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? You spend on the soft goods, give them the hats, the entrance coats. Um, yeah,
Honestly, what I would do is I would
they're
do a
kind of the same. Yeah,
molded hat.
you yeah, oh for sure, molded hat, not a soft goods hat, but the soft goods cloaks for sure, or coats, whatever they're.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the like trench
trench
coats,
coats.
overcoats,
Yeah,
whatever were.
yep.
I also
Uh,
love that their like theme song is kind of like putting on the Ritz a little bit.
oh yeah, the
Like I
the whole
love it.
gimmick. The whole gimmick is amazing. It shouldn't. I've said this before on this show. It shouldn't work as well as it does, and it
Mhm.
does, and that speaks volumes to how talented, um, both Tony and Mina are here. So,
Yeah, like
um,
I've been a Tony fan for a long time. I always thought she was like deserved anything she ever accomplished in wrestling, but like the fact that like I was part of like I was on board with the timeless thing from day one because I love Sunset Boulevard. It's a great movie, and that's like the first thing I thought of, which I'm sure is
yep,
and like anytime you think where it's like, oh, what's like what's she gonna do next? There's something, and it's
yeah,
amazing.
it's incredible. Dave, let's move on to your second pick here.
My second pick is going to be um honestly the feel great story of the show. I feel, and that's going to be the new TNT champion Mark Briscoe, and this is a photo from the scrum that we took. And the reason why I use this photo was because you didn't really see it on air except for like a backstage vignette. But there is that new TNT championship. It's funny, a year ago at FullGear, um, I had asked Daniel Garcia, like, do you see winning the title as a way to customize it like previous champions? And he had said no, and also was like, I'm not really in it for the figures. But I feel like Mark is totally on board for this stuff. I mean, seeing the camo strap for the belt and the plate colors matching, like it's definitely we've had a whole bunch of Mark figures and deservedly because Mark's great. Um, but hey, let's queue up another one. I don't think he's got one with the mohawk, so
Yeah,
uh,
I think all of his figures, like the one that I have.
or the bald,
Yeah,
the like.
he's bald.
Mhm. And he's
But
for a guy who wears camo, he's an incredibly toyetic and just magnetic personality. Like you
yeah,
can't help but like Mark Briscoe.
yeah,
And
the Vaseline failing on him during the press conference
mhm,
was kind of amusing. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend going back and watching the scrum, but he starts bleeding in the middle of his and is just like
mhm. And
trying
it's
to
just
stop
like
himself up.
dripping down his face. and like you can't help but like be like, this is so Mark Briscoe, but also like, can somebody just give this man a band-aid? Like, can we take care of
Yeah.
this man?
Yeah. His like
But
family were like right outside the door too. It was pretty
mhm.
funny.
Yeah. But I another guy I've been a long time fan of, you know, it was cool. He gave the shout out to the old CZW era, which when I was probably in college at that point, so I've definitely seen like a lot of early Briscoe matches when they were probably too young to be wrestling in, I think, the state of Pennsylvania. So it's really cool to see how much both Mark and his brother had accomplished over the years, and how much Mark continues to accomplish.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. So that takes us to my next pick, and I'm going to stay on theme here with new hardware, because we also got to see the inaugural national champion get crowned, and that is Ricochet. Um, Shades of the NWA television title.
and the old
That
NWA national title, just with a different color scheme.
yeah, really that really unique plate shape. Looks very classic. Really cool throwback, honestly.
hmm
And Ricochet, in heel fashion, stole the W here in the match. It was another exciting match, the gauntlet match that, frankly, like I don't think it makes no sense. The gauntlet match makes no sense, and I know that's the point of it, but
Yeah, it's a casino. Anything can happen in a casino.
yeah, it's wild. And I say it makes no sense, and that's not me negatively critiquing it. It's just me saying the match makes no sense. So it kind of keeps you on your toes the entire time. So it was cool to see him, effectively steal the win, not knowing if there was like more people coming out or, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was,
I mean, that's the cool point of the match. Like, why I think it is popular and is successful is that it's organized chaos, like a roll of the dice. Like you're in the casino, you put your money on something, and you know,
yeah.
could win, you could lose, you could be left at the door. Like,
Well, like we heard from Big Boom AJ, let's hear a little bit about the potential of a
I'm
Ricochet
gonna try to get my hair out of my
action figure.
face.
While Dave gets his hair out of his face, you guys can watch this video. Eric from the Adventures in Collecting podcast over here on the side. Ricochet, you've had the chance to be immortalized in plastic via action figure, a few times over. But now this is an opportunity to have this inaugural moment immortalized. What would you like to see, if you were to get a new action figure from Jazzwares?
No, please.
Could we get a demand box set, please?
Absolutely, yeah.
With the
that's
Admiral
the first thing I
jackets.
was going to say. That's
We
the
need
first
to-
thing I was going
We
to
100%
say.
need a demand box.
And then the second thing, that was the first thing I was going to say. So good. And then the second thing that I was going to say was I've already thought about having an action figure with the championship. So that's something that I actually look forward to in the future, especially someone who enjoys figures and enjoys collecting. So to have something like that would be amazing. Will be amazing.
So kind of cool. He's one of us. So
Yeah.
that was my
I
big
mean,
takeaway from
long
that.
time comic book guy, so absolutely.
So Ricochet, if you're listening to this and you want to come on the show and talk about your action figure collection, we'd love to have you, buddy. But yeah, he's kind of like fully reinvented himself in
In a great way.
AEW. One of the best sellers out there, honestly.
hmm
Um, so it's always great to see him. He makes everybody look good. He looks great. He's
Does a
another one of
great
those
like
guys.
scared heel, like
Yeah, he's playing the part really well, and his the tag team that he's with, the trio that he's put together.
yeah, Bishop
um
Khan and Toa Leona.
yeah, they're also very good. They work really
Severely
well
underrated
together.
tag team. Severely
So
underrated tag team.
Yeah, so I mean, Ricochet wants to expand my single pick into an additional one. So maybe those guys can get some action figures too. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
they came aboard when Ring of Honor during the Ring of Honor acquisition, and I like they are really cool. Like I like watching them a lot.
Dave, that takes us to our last picks, and our last picks are both from the same match. So
Mhm.
this comes from the main event of the evening. So Dave, take us to your pick from our main event.
Yeah, so it was a bloody evening. It was, you know, some people would say it was a gross evening. Um but I think the bloodiest individual of the evening was Samoa Joe. And you know, we have cool Joe figures. The newest one that just came out is awesome. Um it might be, I think, the best Joe that's in existence. Because you can see that smirk and like his signature face.
Yeah, and he's bald. He's got the
Mhm.
shaved head, which, as you can see, the first one, the one that I have here, still has the hair.
But
And I think he's in yellow and black trunks, the new
I
one.
believe he is. So I think that like a ringside blood and guts Joe would rule, especially
Mhm.
considering how much like the white ring ropes were red by the end of the match.
I was genuinely I've
There was
watched
an extra who had like white Air Forces on, and his sneakers were red by the end of the match, or by the end of the swerve appearance at the end of the show. No spoiler alert, but I'm sure you've read the results this morning. So
we've like collectively seen a lot of wrestling over the years.
mhm.
And I know
I've
you've
gone
seen
to I've gone to
death
death
matches.
matches.
Yeah. I have yet to go to a death match. Not that I'm like afraid to go or anything. It's just the opportunity has not presented itself
It
in a
can be
convenient
harrowing in
way.
person,
No.
to be honest.
But this was the bloodiest match I had ever seen in person.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were on the floor for this, which was an incredible experience, by the way. If you ever have the opportunity to watch one of these events from the floor, can't recommend it enough. But he was like wet, like bloody wet for a good like 15 minutes straight,
Mhm.
where there was one spot that they did where he was sitting on the corner, like on the turnbuckle on the corner, like looking down, and Hangman was kind of taking it to him. There was a puddle under them when they were,
Yeah,
and I mean like an actual like wet puddle.
he was spurting like Steve Austin at one point.
Yeah, it was actually in a similar position as if you're watching this on YouTube, which if you're watching this on YouTube, hi, thank you.
Hi, thank you.
Um,
Yeah, tell your friends.
but there was a spot like this where his head was over the ropes and he was spurting. It was
Mhm.
something.
The
Um,
adrenaline was running.
yeah. But I'm gonna take Bloody Joe off the screen here in his blue and black trunks, and I'm gonna move on to my final pick, which, like I mentioned, is also from the main event. And it is, if it lets me switch to it. There we go. Um, Hangman Adam Page himself. He's had some really good figures and some kind of, I'll say, questionable ones. In terms of like the likeness department, but we have yet to have him in kind of his post heel run, kind of return to form with the suede jacket and the more kind of like flashy uh ring gear pants. I love this look for him. He came out in the to the Red Dead Redemption music,
I think it was
which
part
popped a lot
two,
of
wasn't it?
people. Yeah. um and this could be a great, with that tie-in, could be a great like GameStop exclusive, maybe.
Hmm.
Go back to like one of those Game Reverse style figures.
Yeah.
Um, we also haven't had kind of the like full beard, kind of grumpy expression Adam Page. He's typically either in like a neutral or a screaming or a
Well,
smiling.
we've not had
Um,
this era Hangman
yeah,
as a
yeah.
figure yet.
So I think we're overdue. I was initially thinking based on how the match went that he was going to be written off and maybe take some time off, after dropping the title here after an amazing run picking. But when he picked up the title from Moxley, that's the last time uh watching an event at home that like I jumped out of the seat and was like yelling at my TV at the end of
Yeah.
that match. Like that match was a cinematic masterpiece. I was like sweating. It was great. And he's had an awesome run since then. He's had some really great matches. So I think it's fair to take this version of Hangman and get him a new figure. You could even put him in the pay-per-view line at Target if you
You
don't
could
want to put
even
him in
get
like
that like Blood and Guts 2-pack
yeah.
from ringside. Like the
Yeah.
Darby and
I would I would
Brody.
want I would want a clean version of this Adam
It can
Page.
easily be a why not both.
So, but yeah, if you're gonna do the tooling and stuff for it, you might as well. Um, but yeah, so that takes us through our picks. But before we play kind of the final video to wrap this all up, Dave, two things. One, we want to hear from you guys in the if you're watching this on YouTube in the comments. Who did you think from AEW Full Gear 2025 deserved a figure? Because there was a lot of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of wrestling at this event.
Yeah, it's impossible. There's so many people that we did not pick and could not pick because we limit ourselves to 3.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great answers out there.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, there is. But yeah, we want to hear who you would like to see. But with that, we're gonna come back one more time and
Like if you
discuss
want to
this.
do a Justin Wang pre-show,
Oh my
if you want to
gosh.
do a Justin Wang pre-show figure, that could be a
Sure.
choice.
That totally
That would rule,
totally threw me
actually.
off.
Shout outs to
Yeah, I mean
Justin
he's
Wang.
great. Yeah, it was nice to see him. It was nice to see him. We're big Wang fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would appreciate
Yeah.
that.
So the other thing is, as you saw, we did get a chance to participate in the media scrum at the end of Full Gear,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the opportunity to ask AEW CEO and President Tony Khan the kind of burning question within the wrestling figure community right now. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to myself from the press conference, and yeah, we'll come back and talk about this. So here is Tony Khan. Eric from the Hey Tony, Eric from Adventures in Collecting podcast. So you told us in this same room last year, how important the wrestling figure world is to professional wrestling in general. And in our community, there has been some ambiguity in terms of what AEW's relationship is with Jazzwares headed into 2026 and beyond. So I was just wondering if maybe you could provide some clarity as to what collectors can expect in regards to that relationship.
It's a great question. I am not, I have to be honest, I'll have to look and spend more time before I give you a thoughtful answer about that. We've had a great partnership with Jazzwares for many, many years and put out countless figures now, dozens and dozens of different figures across numerous lines. And that's great. And I know we've had a great thing going with them. I can't say for sure how much longer it's going to go, but I've really enjoyed everything we have. And as for the duration, I mean, who knows? But I'm not sure. I can't say for sure right now, but it's been absolutely fantastic working with them, and hopefully we'll be able to do it for a long time. Thanks for asking.
So yeah, it's a very PR friendly answer. It's kind of like the I can't tell you, but hey, thanks for asking sort of thing. But it does spin us into the world of speculation. So
I
we are
also feel like it did kind of put that idea on his radar.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the hope. I mean, so outside of doing adventures in collecting, I've worked in marketing and corporate comms and PR for almost 14 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm I'm very well familiar with the types of questions that will get deflected upon. But yeah, it is one of those things where the hope is, knowing that he has an affinity for collectibles and that he appreciates how important they are to the industry and the brand, that he will now go back and maybe be like, hey, reminder, what's going on with this thing, right? If he is
Mhm.
not necessarily, connected into it. The other thing is, um, it does put us in this kind of realm of speculation. So we don't know what we don't know. But we can compare situations to other situations that do have some sort of finite outcome. And the
Yeah,
thing that comes to mind is the Mattel, DC, McFarlane, Spin Master situation.
kind of on
So
both ends, right?
yeah, so
Like
you
the
go
beginning
all
of McFarlane, the
yeah,
renewal of McFarlane, and now the end of McFarlane.
so you go all the way back to the beginning, and I promise I will make this quick. Uh, for those of you that may be already all too familiar with the situation, but
I
you
also
go back.
spoiled the TLDR version.
Well, you go back to the beginning of the announcement that McFarlane and Spin Master were taking over DC from Mattel. At that point, Mattel still had DC product on shelves. The contract had not fully expired yet.
Yeah, they still
Um,
had a few months left, or almost a year, if
yeah.
I remember correctly.
So typically there is this kind of like DMZ zone where once a contract is going to run out, um, you start to hear news that like, oh, people might be renegotiating or like this company might be vying for it or something like that. Like there's that period. And then typically like, again, comparing it to this situation, like that 8 to 9 months, maybe even a year out, you'll hear like, hey, it's been renewed, or you'll hear, hey, it's changing hands and going to somebody else. That way you kind of have that expectation and know what the timeline is. The third kind of unknown thing is if the contract is going to expire and nobody is going to pick it up, um, you'll find out when the product stops showing up because there's no reason for us collectors to know that that a contract is just going to expire and
Mhm.
that AEW has no plans to produce additional action figures. And if that's the case, we'll find out when we find out. That's just the way that it is. So, it's we're still in the realm of speculation. What we do know is that, the relationship on both ends, like Jazzwares speaks very highly of AEW, AEW speaks very highly of Jazzwares. We do know that. And we do have the comments from Jeremy Pdower, friend of the pod, Uncle Jeremy, over on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, said that as far as everyone is concerned, AEW figures will continue coming through 2026. So
Mhm.
that's the only coupled with this
Those
answer from
those are the
Tony.
absolutes we're aware of.
Yep, those are the only that's the only information we're aware of. So we promised we would ask Tony about this if we
Mhm.
had the opportunity to. We did take his answer for what it's worth. Yeah, we got the corporate answer. It's what we expected to get, to be perfectly honest with you. But, maybe again, the silver lining is that this will start some sort of internal conversation and we will have some sort of concrete answer sooner rather than later. The one thing I will say is Toy Fair will be here faster than you think. It is Valentine's Day weekend
It's
this year.
almost February.
Uh, so it is that second week of February in New York City. We will be there. And you better believe if there's information about the AEW figure line, we will make sure that we cover it. So
Mhm.
yeah. With that, this has been AEW Full Gear 2025. Dave, any closing remarks? Anything that you wanted to add about the show itself?
Um, I mean, it was a long show, but it was a very good show. I'm looking forward to see what comes up next. Um, what the kind of future of story is going to be, because there were some really cool developments coming out of the show. You had Swerve and Adam Page looking to kind of almost be together against the Ops. You had Eddie Kingston is going to be floating somewhere in there because Hook
Yeah, he
turned on Hangman to go back to the Ops. Um, maybe he was never out of the Ops to begin with. We won't know. Maybe he was a psyop within the Ops. We have no idea. We could be
Okada
we're
and
looking at
Takeshita.
the Okada and Takeshita having problems. We're looking at the Elite being back together, with Jurassic Express being a part of it. You know, we just had Blood and Guts, and there's already like 6 Blood and Guts storylines that could be, you know, coming together. Like, is there going to be another one in 2 months? Are there going to be 3 more in 2 months? It feels like we're building up towards big stuff. So,
Yep.
I like the movement going in. It's actually something Tony talked about last night, where he was like, it feels like he's more relaxed and more in the zone now than he was a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It
certainly
seems like
story wise,
AEW's
it feels like it.
Yeah, it feels like AEW from a storytelling standpoint is definitely like back on the rails a little bit, whereas it
Mhm.
was a little rocky for a bit. I
Back
mean,
in
it
stride.
happens. Yeah, it happens to every long form storytelling
Mhm.
product. There are highs and
Especially
lows. And,
wrestling. There's ebbs and flows.
yep,
Every 5 or so years, it's wrestling is like cool again. So
yep, yep. Well, we hope you enjoyed this extended edition of Premium Toyetic Event. We will be back soon. Probably Survivor Series would be my guess with
yeah.
another PTE. And Dave, until then, send everybody home.
Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, actually. That's a very nice one. Give thanks.
And get stuff on sale on Friday.
Yeah.
Use those links.